Man, how's it going? So I know you had a couple questions. I answered 5 and 6 for you just so you have a general idea of what to do when you see these types of problems. The first problem has to do with the minimum wage. It tells you the minimum wage when it was established in 1938 and what it was in 2009, and it wants you to write an equation that's in an exponential model. First thing, before you even start, you are not punching in 1938 or 2009. It says it started in 1938, which means that 1938 is your starting point. So t is equal to 0 in 1938. 2009 is 71 years later. So 2009 minus 1938 gives you 71. Okay, so we know 2 points. We know 0.25 and we know 71, 7.25. Those are 2 points, and that's enough information. Okay, so it's much easier when they give you your starting value too. So in any exponential function, just remember whatever this number is, whatever your y-intercept is, which occurs when t or x is equal to 0, that's going to be your a value. And just I wanted to show you, just the reason that happens is that if we set this up, we know that at times 0, it's 25 cents. Well, anything raised to the 0 power, except for 0, but anything raised to the 0 power as far as we're concerned is 1. So if I plug in 0, this just becomes 1a, and therefore 0.25 is equal to a. So again, if you got through the rest of this page, you should know that. But this number right here is going to tell you what goes right here for a. Okay, so this is your function. It's your starting value, and it's b to the t. So we still need to figure out what b is. So we can use the other one for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in 71 and see what comes out. So the first thing you do is you're going to divide both sides by 0.25, and you're going to find out that that's 29 over here. And then what you have to do is you need to find the 71st root, which you're not calculating inside your head. So if you didn't know how to do that, if you need to find the 71st root of both sides, so the 71st root of b is just b, and the 71st root of 29. So what you're going to do is turn on your calculator, type in your 71 first, and then you got to press, let's see, focus, this math button. And if you go down to number 5, it says x. Well, you typed in the 71 first, so that's 71. This is taking the 71st root of this number, and the number was 29, and you're going to get that. Okay, so that's your number. Now remember, that's not your growth rate. Your growth rate is actually just the 0.0485. Okay, so it's about a 4.8% growth rate. So just remember that this is the number you're going to use in the equation, but if you remember, it's a 1 plus r. So 1 plus r, so that's your r. That's your growth rate. It's not the 1. Okay, good? And then from there, so your equation is pretty much this. F of t is equal to your initial value times that number raised to the t power. And they wanted to know what should the growth rate be in 2018. So just, again, that would be 80 years after 1938, right? So we're going to plug in 80, and you're going to find out that should be $11.11, which, if you notice, is growing much, much faster. That's growing much, much faster, and it should, because you know that these are going to go super steep. So if we kind of keep at this rate, this number is going to keep growing faster and faster and faster, okay? All right, the second problem. I thought it was a little bit easier, but that's just me. It's pretty much the same situation. They gave you 2 points. They said at time 0, you had 800 bacteria. At time 4, you had 1,200 bacteria. If you ever get a bacteria problem and you're not sure what it is, it's almost always exponential growth. So for the same reason we said over here with the 0, 800 is going to be your a value. So f of t is equal to 800 to the b t power. So we still got to find b. So again, we're going to divide both sides by 800. You're going to find out that b to the 4th power is equal to 1.5. You're going to take the 4th root of 1.5, and you're going to get this number right here. Okay, and it's always going to be a number. Like, it's never a nice number. So we're going to take that and plug this in. So now I know this is my actual function here. So I think it was part A of your question. That's actually your function. And they want to know how many after 3 hours. Worth noting that they give you 0 hours and 4 hours, so it should be somewhere in between these two numbers. Okay, so we plug in 3, you put that into the calculator, and you're going to find out that f of 3 is 1084. There was a decimal point, but you, I guess, round to the whole bacteria. I don't really know. But anyway, that makes sense too, because that 1084 is in between these numbers too. So anyway, I hope this helps. If you're getting this stuff, good for you, because it's pretty complicated stuff. And of course, obviously, if you have any more questions, please send them. And I'll talk to you soon, right, man? Keep it up. Keep the questions coming.